Hey, welcome to another episode of the Goalpost. And I'm joined today by North London duo in Byron and Thabani. What's happening, gents?
What's happening, X?
What's up?
Yeah. No, gents, man. North London derby, it's one of the most entertaining derbies, in my opinion. There's always a lot of goals and, of course, a lot of rivalry, especially on Twitter. And I know Tabani is like the guy who tends to tweet a lot. You and Capone pretty much like tweeting a lot about the fixture.
That was like years ago.
Yeah. But you know what's nice
Back when I
about
had
this?
energy.
Yeah, but you see what's the nice thing about this derby is that both teams are pretty much
But shit.
struggling. Yeah, I'd say struggling. I won't say shit. I won't go that far, bro, because I know how it feels like. Once upon a time, during the LVG period, Man United were also shit. We weren't a team that was great. But you know, um, yeah, guys. Let's start off with you, Byron. Like Spurs, no. Chelsea
Well,
three.
we
Yeah.
spoke recently, and I mean, when I spoke, I
Mm.
wasn't too enthusiastic. I did say that I was hesitant about getting too far ahead of Spurs. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
after the first three games, I thought we were decent enough, but nothing to write home about. I mean, we still had a lot of work to do. You've got a new manager coming in, a lot of new signings, and certain players that don't necessarily want to be there in the form of Harry Kane. So I can't imagine that it's an easy task ahead of Nuno. We also had Son coming back from injury. We've got a lot of players like those Argentines, Romero, Lo Celso, and Sanchez, that were all obviously banned from playing in the previous game week. So I wasn't expecting much from the Chelsea game. I actually put Chelsea as a one on my predictions. So I knew that they would obviously do well. But I think we've still got a lot of ground to make up. A lot of players that need to bed in. And to be honest with you, it was good to see Tanga and Lo Celso in the midfield. I think having him back is definitely going to be good. I just hope that boy stays fit, and Lo Celso and Ndombele continue to just grow, because we looked a different team in the first half, completely outplayed in the second half, and Chelsea thoroughly deserved the win, bro. It's tough to be a team that's constantly in transition. That's what it feels like as a Spurs fan. Now you almost have what it takes, but you don't have the backing of the club to buy players under Pochettino, and we lose the Champions League, and now we're in transition all over again. So um, I think the season ahead is going to be a tough one, especially with so many teams strengthening. I think you got United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and City that are probably going to capture those top four slots. So it's us against Arsenal battling for Europa, which is a shot to the gut, because we've fallen a long way. I think consistently we were both the teams that were battling for that top four without a doubt, and now we're just teams that people completely disregard. So it is what it is. I've learned to not let myself get down. I'm kind of
Yeah.
comfortable with where we are. I'm just like, if we win, I'm shocked. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, it's good to not be as woeful as we were under Mourinho. Like, I can see
Yeah.
certain bursts of us playing well. I think we just played Chelsea too soon. That was the feeling I got. Like, in the first half, I saw something, and then I think Tuchel's management ability just outshined, and the quality of the depth that comes off Chelsea bench is just stupid. Like, bringing on Kante as a substitute just makes me sick. It makes me want to vomit.
I know, bro. Yeah, see. And then you, Barry Dog, you won, man. You won a game, bro, against Burnley, dog.
Say that last part again, because that's the important part, bro. Against
Yeah.
Burnley. We've never lost against Burnley at Turf Moor. Like, it's nothing, I kind of can echo, the sentiments of Byron. It's just like there's nothing to write home about. We've never lost at Turf Moor. It's literally, I mean, bro, I remember games where we were winning by cheating, like Koscielny had to score some offside goal, backflip, don't do it. And like it was like we'd always somehow, no matter how good or bad we are, we'd get a result at Burnley. But like there's nothing to me. I know a lot of people are encouraged about like Aaron Ramsdale coming in and fighting, Burnley for that spot. Everyone, seems to be convinced. I still remember Aaron Ramsdale from Sheffield and Bournemouth. So I'm not gonna get ahead of him at all. That he
Yeah.
has a lot to prove to me before I can just be like, oh yeah, okay, let's get rid of Bernleno. But look, the encouraging thing is that our back four is our back four now. Like Arteta came in and it was like, oh, Arsenal, they're so good defensively, but they can't score. And then Arteta came in and just did the complete opposite. And it was like, all we do is leak goals. And now we can't score. Like, it was just a thing of, so now at least it looks like we're going to go back to being, okay, teams can't score against us. We can't score either, but at least they can't score. So moving back to front is at least encouraging. But I'm still trying to figure out what his plan is with Smith Rowe and Odegaard, because, like, to me, they work together well. They just don't seem to work well together in the positions that they're in. Like, he's trying to, like, to me, because Burnley, we played 4-3-3, and it was Partey in the middle, flanked by Odegaard and Smith Rowe. And it's kind of looking like that City 4-3-3, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne. And it works for City because Gundogan is going to run forward. He's going to run forward. And yeah, I mean, Gundogan is De Bruyne is the best player in the league. That's also what's going to work. But like, we have these two young guys who basically everyone is putting each other against, and they look to be like loving playing with each other, but everyone seems to think they're competing for the same position. And then it just doesn't look like they also know that that's what they're like. They're supposed to be a 6 and an 8 or 2 8s or an 8.5 or whatever they are. So until like Arteta figures that out, I'm still as confused as they are, because Ngapa, you have Saka who wants to run in, and then he finds Odegaard in the middle, because Odegaard is never going to go out wide. Like, Smith Rowe loves to go out wide, but he's on the other side. So it's like, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's going to take a lot of time for whatever this is to be implemented. Like, you say like, oh, Spurs are competing with us for 5, 6, 7. I think you guys are competing with Villa, Leicester. That's who you guys can compete with. We're not there. We are probably looking at another year of no Europe, not even conference.
Damn, Barry, that's deep, man.
Great. No, we can basically call this podcast North London.
Yes, bro. Like, damn, like that. Like, this is pretty much how. Remember on Game of Thrones when Ramsay took over. What again? Winterfell. Yeah, like when
tough
the North
times.
was. Yeah, it's tough times, bro. It's pretty much.
But
that,
I mean,
bro.
look at like West Ham. West Ham, like they took it all the way. Who did they just play now? They played, was it United?
United, yeah.
Yeah. Gave you guys a game. West Ham are only improving, and like now they're actually making, signings that make sense. Villa improved again. Everton have a manager who actually wants to be there now. Improved again. So like Arsenal's got a long way to fight through to get back to Europe, let alone top 4.
Damn, bro. And it's crazy. You've named like teams that, like, on paper, especially when you look at their squads, bro. Like, West Ham's team is actually very good on paper. It's not like the West Ham of old.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
That's not grass.
Yeah, exactly. The West Ham that used to play. What was their old stadium again?
Upton Park.
Upton Park. Yeah.
Yeah.
Upton Park. And so a lot has changed, in those teams, bruh. But yeah, guys, like, today's episode, I wanted to be more interesting in the sense that I want you guys, me being the mediator.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play a game where we are going to discuss the combined 11 for both Tottenham as well as Arsenal.
Can we look at like City and Liverpool or?
Yeah. So yeah, guys. In goal, like, I don't think that we can debate this, but I'll even say it for you guys. Hugo Lloris. It's definitely
Lloris at his elbow.
I mean, I've got one comment to make about Lloris. He's possibly one of the best shot stoppers and captains, I think. But his ability to play the ball out and play the ball at his feet is the one thing he lacks. tremendously,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he's a
Like
phenomenal,
Leno.
phenomenal shot stopper.
Mm.
But definitely better than Leno. I mean, I don't think there's a debate. When we go to the centre backs, I think
I would push back a little, but I'm gonna let you have Lloris. I'm gonna
Yeah,
let you have
Lloris.
Lloris.
okay.
All right. So, okay, we agree on that one, right, guys? You go, Lawrence.
Mm.
Okay, let's go to the right back position. Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
Who
Spurs right back? Tanganga.
We've got the new boy. What's his name? Emerson Royale.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doherty, Tanganga, and Emerson Royale. None of them really shine.
yeah. I mean, we have one game of Tomiyasu, you know.
Exactly. We haven't seen enough of Emerson Royale. I honestly think he shows bits that I like as those Brazilians, they basically play as wingers. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer going forward. Doherty I mean, when you've played, I think he fits a three at the back and not the
definitely
shape
a wing back.
why he's not playing 100%. So he doesn't have that pace to play in a 4-4-2 or 4-4-3-3. So I don't know about Doherty. Tanganga is a centre back. We've been playing him there because we've been short, and I don't think Nuno has faith in in Doherty. So still a lot to show him. I mean, who do you guys have in your right back positions?
Damn.
We have
Hey.
Cedric. I mean, Cedric is like a solid 6.5 out of 10 kind of person. It's nothing special. He'll give you one cross, and you'll be like, damn, bury that. And if you do, it's like, great, he's got an assist. But most of the time, he's just like, good. Tomiyasu had, I think, a great game, but it was one game. I feel like we're going to have two left backs in this 11 because I don't think any of our right backs.
Yeah, I haven't seen enough of Emerson Royale to give like a proper. He's better than whatever Arsenal.
Yeah, same. Like
quite difficult.
Cedric has played a long time in the Premier League, and I still am just like he can stay off.
So for me, I don't know. You're gonna have to mediate your X and choose between Emerson Royale and Cedric.
That is crazy, and you're all right, Barry. It's difficult, bro, to actually make a
who's your left back?
Regulon.
I'm comfortable saying Regulon Tierney on either side.
All right.
Yeah, I'm happy. I like Tierney. Right. I love Regulon. He's a proper baller.
Yeah.
He shows. He's just not consistent enough yet, but his ability to go forward, his positional awareness, and his defensive ability are all tick box. In a back four. So happy with Serge Regulon and Tierney.
Yeah, honestly, because none of those other guys. Nah. It's just gonna look funny, man. There's a big hole on the right then.
All right, fine. And then how do you spell Regulon? Sorry about that. It's REG.
REGULION, I think.
Yeah. I. Yeah, there
we go. Okay, so fine. That's perfect, I'm not sure if Tierney can actually play as a right back, but I do think Tierney is a very good
doesn't matter.
Left back,
He's better than anyone we would have put in there anyway.
Yeah. And I think he's even better than Luke Shaw, in my opinion. But United fans would fight me.
I'm low-key fighting you.
Tierney's good, bruh. Barry,
I love Tierney, but Shaw. I know it's not a United discussion, but Shaw. I feel like Shaw is Shaw now. He's gotten over the Mourinho weight. Like Mourinho put weight on so many people, bro. Lukaku lost weight, Pogba lost weight, Shaw lost weight. So I don't know. That Mourinho weight is shook off now.
Yeah. And then the centre back pairing, guys. This one is
I'm loving what I'm seeing from Romero. Hey, he looks like a complete package in terms of a ball playing centre back that's not afraid to go forward or look for a long ball. So I think from the Spurs centre backs, he's probably the most comfortable I am in terms of a centre back choice. Dyer, he's improved this season, but he's just not good enough. Like we went from Vertonghen and Alderweireld to not having a centre back and having Sanchez and Dyer, which was leaky. It's like terrible. But from what I see from Romero, he's just a proper Argentine, like a boy that's got that ability to play from the back, and I love that as a centre back.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that because I'm not putting White in there. I'm definitely. It's kind of it's no brainer from Arsenal of Gabriel because literally started last season like a house on fire, got injured, came back, sort of continued that form. Lovely on the ball, lovely in the air. You know, I don't really have many complaints with Gabriel. Like he communicates really well for a Brazilian who is learning the language. You know, so literally, you know, left-sided fullback. I feel like we've got one for the next 5-10 years. No complaints.
It's this guy, right, Barry? 22, Gabriel.
I can't. Yeah.
It's this guy, okay, yeah. And then we're gonna go with Romero, right?
Yeah.
Romero, right? Romero.
Yeah.
No, not the.
Yeah,
Where's the
not the
Tottenham one?
goalkeeper.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is it? No, it's not Christian.
What's
right?
his first
Yeah, it
name?
is
It is
Christian
this
Romero.
one.
Yeah.
All right. Then I don't know why it's not listed here. It's strange, but anyway. So
Probably
this
just
is
hasn't
our back
updated.
four. Yeah. So this is our back four. Not too bad. I think
Not
it's
convinced.
fair.
I think
Yeah,
it's the
man.
best, to be
This is
honest.
possibly one of the worst North London derbies we've seen.
And we've had
I mean, you
like
must
some
know,
bad
but,
nil-nils, Like,
because I mean,
Yeah.
looking at their old centre back pairing, you had Koscielny, you had Kolasinac, they had who was on your right for some time, Bellerin.
Bellerin, we had
Spurs, you had
Mertesacker,
Danny Rose, you had
like,
Walker, Vertonghen, and Alderweireld. I mean,
mm.
that would have been a full-on debate. Yeah, me and we can't even like pick a team between us. That's our diet.
No one wants to pick their own players.
Yeah, I mean, the honest truth is that we've gone through transition and replaced a lot of our players, and we haven't seen enough of them to have conviction on either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't seen enough of Arsenal players to even say, I like Gabriel. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen enough of our players.
Yeah. All right. No worries. Just let's move on to the midfield, guys. First CDM, Byron. Who would you put in
Højbjerg
this
has to
position?
be. No shadow of a doubt. He's probably one of the best in the league.
Yep.
Yeah.
No debates.
No doubt. Literally,
Nothing from my side.
he can literally play in majority of any of the teams. He's literally, look at his pass completion, his ability to break up defenses, get play moving forced, and he's just got that hunger and that passion from a defensive midfielder, which I love.
Yeah, and quick question: how do you spell Højbjerg?
H-O-J.
H-O-G.
Is
But
it
it's got
J
like
or
a funny
G?
symbol. I don't know if you have to put the.
Yeah, it's like Højbjerg or something like.
And then his first name?
Or try his first. Yeah, is it Pierre Emile?
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell his surname. I think it's
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg.
Oh, this is Gignac. Oh my God, Pierre Emile.
H-O-B-E-R-G. I think.
Or maybe it wants the. What do you think? The dash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wants
the
the
Pierre dash. Yeah.
E-R-R-E dash Højbjerg. Emile, sorry, Højbjerg.
There you go.
Yes. Hey.
H-O-J, sorry.
Yeah.
Thomas Partey. I mean, Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Do I have to advocate for Thomas Partey?
Partey was meant to come to United, but I still have that thing. It's still painful that to see him at Arsenal, because I really wanted this guy at United.
I honestly thought it was like going to be the season before he came to us. I honestly thought no one was going to fight United. Everyone knew it was the worst kept secret, and you guys just didn't make a bid.
Bro, it just shows you, dog. The guys that are the coaching staff, bro, that's at my team. That's the weak. That's our weak link. You know what I mean?
No, but you guys have always been fighting controversy, so they're always trying to get like a suppressor. Sancho, Ronaldo.
True, dog. Yeah, it's like it's like a pacifier. You know when a baby.
Yeah, the pacifier. That's the word I'm looking for.
Then, yeah. All right, and then see at camp, guys. Who do you guys have?
I mean, if we're looking
Depends now. I don't know.
Where
would you put Son?
talent-wise, Ndombele for me is arguably one of the most talented players I've ever seen. But attitude-wise, he's terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like Ndombele would be like competing for Højbjerg and Partey's positions though.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
it's
If the boy's playing and he's literally, happy where he's playing, he's arguably one of the most talented players I've seen. You know what I mean?
No, I like him. I'm a fan of his.
Yeah, same here.
I mean,
Same
if
here.
you're looking at like a 4-3-3 especially, I think he's a box-to-box midfielder that has that ability to drive forward and break lines. So to me, he would be my choice as a 4-3-3, as an attacking midfielder that plays in that box-to-box.
As a central attacking.
Yeah, he can play cam. He can play cam. Have you seen that guy? He's very skillful.
I've seen. Listen, you see how you wanted parts. I wanted Ndombele, and when Nuno was like he's ready to let go of him, I was praying that we would save him. But we are also just too bloated in midfield. We just bought Lakonga. We have Smith Rowe. We have Odegaard.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Who are, to me, I suppose, more because Ndombele is like Pogba, can play anywhere on the pitch, pick a position, put him in goalkeeper, it's fine. Like they're just good at football. Even but just good at football.
100%. I think he can anywhere.
All right, so you're not gonna go for Martin, bruh?
I loved Odegaard since he was 16, right? We were all in high school. I was like, oh man, this kid's the future of Madrid. Still like him. Had a great game against Burnley. He's probably a touch better than Smith Rowe, and even then, I feel like they're the same. They just are better at different things. Smith Rowe is very hard to tackle on the run. Odegaard is easy to tackle on the run, but Smith Rowe's passes are not quite as sort of crisp or on the money as Odegaard's. That's why I feel like Arteta's having a tough time. So maybe I'm starting to see his struggles.
Looking at this, we're both struggling. Yeah.
Because you know what's hard for me is like I'm looking at the top, and obviously striker is going to be a Kane Aubameyang sort of toss up, and we have Saka, which would I'm trying to figure out where Son would go, and
100%,
bro. You'd go left.
100% left.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine Nuno knew that and played him left on the weekend and Kane up top.
Yeah, because I say that because in I would say Son center, and then Kane up top, and then you have Aubameyang and Saka on opposite flanks. That would just be like me. That would just be me. I'm not saying that that's the decision, but because Odegaard and Smith Rowe, dude, honestly,
I don't know. Maybe the lineup to a 4-4-2 then, and play Son left wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you change the formation.
I like Saka and I like Aubameyang. I mean, I wanted Aubameyang before you guys got him. I mean, if you wanted that, I'm happy with that.
So
but if we're playing 4-3-3, then Son has to be left and Kane up top.
Yeah, because I mean, Aubameyang and Kane are Salah obviously, but last 4 golden balls, boots. Yeah. I mean, they've got 4 of them. So they shared one at some point.
They're both phenomenal strikers. I think Harry Kane edges him, but I definitely really love Aubameyang.
Yeah, he can finish. He can finish his food. That one.
100%, he can if he's fit, because Arsenal just aren't doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They just need to supply it to him.
Yeah, it's been the same
to him.
I don't know how Mourinho managed to get it right, but he managed to make some partnership between Son and Kane that was formidable.
Scary,
Very. So I don't know why why Kane kept dropping left and Son kept. It was bizarre. I don't understand. It was very weird.
Yeah, because I mean, Kane also has this thing of where he thinks that he's Wayne Rooney, and then he wants to be know, a number 10, like a footballer's footballer. And that guy can score, can put the ball in the corner with his eyes closed. Like, genuinely, I'll never forget that goal he scored against us from, I think it was left side of the box.
Left side
Turn
of the box.
around. He spun, didn't even look at the goal. Spun, shoot, goal. And I was like, yeah, well, what are you supposed to do with that? You know?
Yeah.
We had was it Petacek or it was, I can't even remember. It didn't even matter who the goalkeeper was. It could have been Donnarumma, like 12 meters tall, and they still wouldn't have stopped it. Like, just go in the box and score. And he wants to play a number 10 for some weird reason.
I don't know. I feel like he did that under Mourinho, and it was working because of the formation and the structure that he was playing. So he dropped deep and placed Son in, and it would work because Kane was how many assists did he had? Like 16 last season.
Yeah, he had the most. It was top.
12. I mean, he was phenomenal, and Son was dropping in and playing off of him so well. But I feel like we were not doing the same thing. So he's still like dropping deep, but then he's got no outlets. It just feels like most games. But I mean, I love Son. Like, he's possibly one of the most underrated players, I think, in the Premier League.
Easily.
Easily, bro. Easily.
He's just become more consistent. You know what I mean? 3 or 4 seasons ago, that was the one thing he lacked: consistency, his ability to turn up week in, week out. Like, now we can rely on him, even when Kane got injured. Harry Kane's due an injury every season almost, and Son steps up and carries us somehow. And I say carry, not to like win the league or whatever, but carries us enough so that our heads are still above water. But he's just improved dramatically. So I think it has to be Son and Kane, and I'm happy with Saka and Aubameyang as a compromise.
Yeah.
All right. So on the left, we'll have who?
Son. Yeah.
I don't know why this thing doesn't find Son. Like, really.
Try Hyun-min.
Because
SON is going to give you like Williamson and Robinson and all the Sons. Sigurdsson.
And then the Heung-min is it
EU.
EU, ne?
Yeah.
Heung-min.
Son Heung-min, and it's a dash in between HEUNG -min.
There
you go.
And then on the right is
Saka.
Yeah.
Saka hasn't looked great this season.
Bro, have any of the English players actually looked great?
None, bro. Even Sancho, bro.
Outside of Shaw.
No, bro. Even Maguire. Maguire looks suspect, bro. Ever since Varane has arrived, you can see who's the real deal between them.
Even Walker, man. Like, all these guys came back from holiday and they're like, looking mad hungover.
Yeah, man. Okay, so you guys are happy with this team?
I mean, I'm not happy, but
like the standard has kind of dropped, for both teams, you know, in the sense that, you know, if we would look at this, if we would do a combined 11 maybe 3 seasons ago, I mean, we'd have debates, like, you know, thorough debates, like.
Yeah, because listen to those names, dog. It's Alexis, it's Ozil, it's Alderweireld, it's like, it's real, and these are all at their peak.
Kyle Walker, Danny Rose in their primes as well before he went to City. That was, you know, it's quite depressing to talk about it, because right now you're just like hoping that these players come good. I'm excited we got a young Brazilian, because you've seen, bro, Marcelo, the type of quality that comes from Brazil. I'm hoping that Emerson Royale can turn into that as a right back, because you need that in a 4-3-3. You know what I mean? But still a lot. I mean, he teams in transition, mine's in transition. There's just like, I don't have conviction for a lot of players, and a lot of players aren't showing that hunger at the moment. Do you know what I mean?
Because even if you say, but on paper so and so is better, it's like, are they? You know.
I also think that goes out of the window in a derby sometimes. My honest truth. Sometimes you can have what you have on paper, and whoever is more hungry for it on the day pitches up. And in the North London derby, everything changes. Like, let me tell you, the most boring derby is the Merseyside derby. Like the North London derby, fire. There's passion, and it's fast-paced football, end-to-end stuff. I don't know. I've been very much let down in the last few Merseyside derbies that I've watched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
true.
we've always gone in knowing that Salah's going to just pull their heart out,
Mm.
Yeah,
Like
that's
if
true.
give him one run and it's like, goal.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Top corner all the time, you know. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
some
But then, yeah, and then out of 10, guys, what would you rate this team like out of 10? Like, because I had a combined 11 with Adam, Byron, and it was between United and Newcastle, so it was just all United players when we did
I'm leaning
the.
towards 6.5 to 7.
Yeah, yeah. I
Players that
mean,
are going to be
if
like 8 to 10s, like Kerry Kane, Son, Aubameyang, for example, if they're on form. And then there's
Yeah,
going to be certain players that will bring that average down and be like 5s or 6s. So I'm averaging out at like 6.5, 7, I would say.
yeah,
because if you went into a season and you said, Woodburn United, and this was their squad, those fans would probably be like, yes, this is our season. Just looking at like the front, what's that, six, you know? But then they'd also just be like, hey, at the back, it's questionable because we don't know. Like,
yeah,
you really don't know. Obviously, like that middle, bro, if you said to me right now,
yeah,
no Smith Rowe, no Odegaard, okay, they're gone. We are abandoning the future. We're trying to win right now. Here's Hoiberg, here's Party. I would take that with open arms, honestly. Like
yeah,
I would feel a lot better because
Mm.
even right now, the way that we play, we we watched Lakonga for the first 3 games, which were all losses, by the way, which none of them were of his own fault. He was probably the second or first best player in 3 of those games, playing next to Shaka, playing with Chambers behind him and Holding behind him and Pablo Murray behind him, and he was shining. And you're like, okay, cool. When Party comes back, it's going to be great. Party comes back and he gets back to the bench. It's just like we don't have now a spine because you expect Party, who's not a CDM, to be a CDM, and then you want to put these 2 young kids who are still learning what they're good at next to him, and it's no wonder. Like it's no wonder we play the way we play because we were lucky that we played Burnley, who just want to play rugby. Like they don't actually want to keep the ball. We had Dwight McNeil was the only player we had to shut down, and that was food
yeah,
for the, like Tierney is good enough to shut down McNeil on his own. That
yeah,
was fine, but let's play. Okay, hopefully Tanganga's still not fit yet because the way he was walking around at the end of the game against Chelsea, like if we can run at him, then maybe that's our best chance. But if he's fit, I don't know how we're gonna play through him and Hoiberg. Like there's no sort of reasonable thought to think that we can play through those two and then have Lo Celso and Son and Dele Ali just running, little routes around them and trying to find pockets of space. Because against Arsenal, Harry Kane will score. Let's congratulate Harry Kane on getting his
yeah.
first goal because he's gonna get it, and the monkey's
I'll
gonna be
be
off
on,
his back.
I'll be
Yeah,
honest, in terms of Arsenal teams that I've played against, this is possibly the team that I'm not frightened of at all. Like in terms of history,
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But we used to play against the Invincibles. Do you know what I mean? He just listed me a team, and I'm like, no name brand, no name brand, no name. Do you know what I mean? Like these are players
Yeah,
that still need to prove themselves as football.
yeah.
But similar vibes at Spurs. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I'm not like terrified to play against Arsenal like I used to be. You know what I mean? I
I
feel like
think
it's
no
and
one
they
knows what's
go,
gonna happen here.
yeah, it's gonna go. It can go either way. To whoever turns up, like if Arsenal decide to actually start scoring and Aubameyang actually finds the net, then maybe. But I don't know. In terms of their backline and midfield, I think we might outdo them in the midfield battle specifically.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And then, guys, predictions. Yeah, in closing.
Is this at our state? Are we home or away? I actually haven't even looked at the fixture.
I
Let me
haven't
just
either,
quickly
to be
check.
honest.
I'm on.
I think it's your home game.
Is it
Yeah, it's
home?
Arsenal. No, no, at the
Oh, it's
Emirates.
at the Emirates.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know.
uh, I feel like it's going to be disappointing, but The thing is, the way these teams
Like,
are set up, it's like it could be 2-0 Spurs, it could be
I'm
like
thinking,
3-1 Arsenal, it could literally be anything.
I was leaning towards 2-0 Spurs or 1-1. I don't know.
Okay, so 2-0 Spurs, 1-1. And then you,
I'm
Thabani.
thinking 1-1. Like I don't know where our goals are coming
I don't
from,
know.
dude. Like
Hey, we
Yeah,
played against Chelsea and had 2 shots on goal the whole game. Like,
yeah,
if you
yeah,
had
but
told me
Chelsea's different.
we were going to start with a midfield that I wanted. Okay, Bar Ali. I don't know, bro. That guy, he's gone backwards over the last few years. He's got like no
yeah,
work ethic. He doesn't belong in the structure that we're playing. He's the one piece that I would change in our midfield. I like Lasalsa and Ndembele's box to box along Hoiberg. I love. I think you just need another component next to Son and Kane that
Mm.
we really need. Um,
I mean,
but
you have Bergwijn, you have Maura,
yeah,
yeah,
you
Berg
know.
being consistent. Really, like one game he'll do
Yeah.
something phenomenal, and then he can't knock a 5-yard pass. Lucas Moura is the same.
Yeah.
You know what? Like Bergwijn and Lucas Moura will dollar a whole midfield and then can't lay a
Mhm.
5-yard pass. It perplexes me. Do you know what I mean? They do
Yeah.
the most phenomenal things sometimes, but then lack the cutting edge or final pass. So still, there's still like a player that I think we could get in that position, and I think we'd be a lot better. But I mean, listen to the players that I'm naming, and we had 2 shots on goal. I don't know what he's doing in terms of Kane and Son, but he needs to change it and just literally leave Kane up front, let Son come in off the left, and I think will cause Arsenal a lot of problems. Definitely get a goal.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like Saka, obviously, like X, you mentioned it, Saka needs to actually wake up and remember that just because you have the number 7, it doesn't mean you've arrived. You're
yeah,
19. You have
yeah,
everything to prove still, so start proving it. But if they can get up for this game, like if if Arteta can call in Thierry Henry and tell him that story again about winning at White Hart Lane, like that's the only way I feel like they will actually decide, like, oh, maybe we should win this game and not just see what happens, because all we do right now is play see what happens football. It's like, if it works, great. If we
yeah,
lose, we're still young, we're 21. It's
yeah,
just believe in the managers. It's like, no, it doesn't seem like, even whatever Arteta's trying to do, it doesn't even seem like the players are like excited about it. Maybe they know what he's trying to do, but it doesn't seem like they're excited about it. So if they can get up for the game, they'll have the Emirates behind them. Fans will be
yeah.
singing. It'll be a hyped up game. Tierney's probably going to tear his Achilles, knock on wood, but like, I can't even count on his body, man. It's such a shame. But
Yeah.
I feel something in me is saying 2-1. But we've never scored 2 goals this season. So I guess it's
two,
hopefulness.
two penalties, my G. I mean,
Yeah.
Aubameyang's gonna give one to Lloris like he did 2 seasons ago. He's gonna pass it back to him.
Oh, that's
Hey,
toxic.
man. Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the
yeah,
worst penalty I think I've ever experienced, like, in my life, man.
yeah.
That was the worst penalty. Literally, we're going to Europe. No, we're not. Like, it broke me. It literally, and I love Aubameyang, love
Yeah.
him. But he broke me that day.
Ish.
So I don't know.
Wait,
Okay,
X, tell us
2-1.
what your is.
Okay.
You're the mediator. You're the person on the
Yeah.
fence. Gonna take it.
Yeah, man. On my end, I think it will end in a draw, bro. 1-1. I don't think it will be a fun game. Just looking at the form of your teams at Ish, man. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, man. Like, it's for instance, both your coaches are very defensive minded managers. Especially Nuno. Nuno is worse than Jose, bro. Let's be honest, bro. Like, Nuno is just on some other ultra. On FIFA, there's that tactic, ultra defense, where you just really park the
Tap it
bus.
all the way to the left.
Exactly, bro. Yeah, and so that's just what I feel. I think it'll be a very but I don't think the teams will go at each other. That's
Hey,
pretty
man,
much
give Mourinho
what
some
I think.
credit. You guys were winning like 5-0 and 3-0. Mourinho can score
Yeah,
goals.
yeah, he can, It's just that we didn't back him the way we backed Solskjaer. Like
Yeah.
Solskjaer has been like thoroughly backed, bro. I mean,
More,
when you
he's
look at
probably the equivalent of all the managers combined.
bro, if you pick FIFA, if you pick United, bro, like that squad, bro, on FIFA right now,
Cheating.
it's because right now Ronaldo's rating is 91, Bruno is 88, Sancho is 87, Pogba is 87. So
Mm.
already
I was
Varane is
only
80.
87.
Bro, I know, Barry. Let's not even.
Fine.
But I'm just saying, Varane is also 88. So I mean, it's a very solid team,
Yeah.
and
And De Gea's back for real, not
yeah,
just
he's
in a
back
game.
for real. Yeah, I mean, he
I'm
made
so
his
sick, dog.
first penalty save since 2014, bro. Can you imagine? Like,
Yo.
Fuck Noble, hey. I don't know what
yeah,
Moyes
man.
is thinking.
I don't
That's what
know.
got him sacked.
I'm hoping that it's a proper North London derby game where it's end-to-end football and it's not boring.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
Nuno realizes that he's got attacking talent up front,
Exactly.
playing
Yeah.
from the way we've been playing. But to be honest with you, the way that we played in the first half against Chelsea, I thought we were going to be a lot more competitive in the second half. But as soon as he brought on Kante, and they got that first goal, we just were nowhere.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we kept
Panic mode.
insisting on playing Kane off the left. So, brother, he needs to understand that the players that he's got have ability, but he needs to play them right and give them the freedom to do so. Otherwise, it's going to be a very hard season, just like we just had with Mourinho. But I don't know. A lot of times we also expect these managers to just come in and hit the ground running. You want that instant gratification, but it's not always the case. Like, he's learning the players are learning him. You've just come off of Jose Mourinho's play style, and now you're adopting a new philosophy in the way that you approach things. I think it takes some time, eh? Like, it's the same with Arsenal. I mean, I don't even think the that Arteta has are the players that he wants. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Nah, Arteta's had a couple windows though. Like, he's had some windows.
properly backed, or do you think that's
We've spent like since he's been there, we've spent like 200 mil. Like,
But I think that those were the players that he wanted, or the players that you guys could get. There's a difference.
nah, those are because remember Arteta was promoted from just being the head coach to basically being the manager. To whoever we buy, it's two people that decide. It's Edu and Arteta. There's no one else.
Jeez.
So
Damn.
he chose that because remember he fetched Willian from Chelsea. Lampard tried to get him to sign, and he went and fetched him. He fetched David Luiz. He fetched Pablo Mari from Man City. Like, he got the people that he's wanted, and they've all blown up in his face. So Arteta has had, I think, 3 windows? Yeah, he's had 4. Yeah, he's had 4 windows. So, like, he's had the players that he's wanted and gotten them. And here we are, we're going backwards. So I don't know, we'll see. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Looking at these two teams, I'm just gonna say actually Arsenal 2-0, random Gabriel goal, like fucking
Yeah.
I don't know.
It'll be the same goal you guys scored against Norwich. You know that. You know that. Yeah.
Bro,
That was scrappy, man. That was like some scrappy goal,
yeah, man. Aubameyang, Gabriel to score. Oh, no, not
Yeah.
even that. Maybe like Aubameyang, Ben White. Ben White is gonna score.
Yeah.
I don't know, hey. I'm leaning towards a 1-1 draw, Spurs 2-0. Like, that's where I'm at.
Okay, fine. So 2-0 with you, Byron. 2-0, Thabani. And I'm the
Yeah.
one that's gonna say, okay, my result is 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my result. Okay, gents, like we
Actually, no. 2-1
What?
Harry Kane.
Huh?
2-1
Also-
Harry Kane.
Once they get-
Dog, this man scores every single game. Like, he's terrorized me for 10 years or whatever. It feels like it's probably like 6, but like it feels like 10. So Harry Kane 2-1. I can't
All
not
right.
give him a goal.
All right. I no worries, man. Hey, let's just wait and see, Jen. So, guys, we've come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for availing yourselves. Yeah, it was very cool for us to also do a combined 11. One of the weakest combined 11s, I must say. Like I thought
It's
maybe
a
it would be.
transitional 11.
Yeah, like
Maybe.
when I was chilling today, I thought maybe you guys were gonna like have a debate, like no, 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 this guy sucks. But you guys actually made valid points. Like right now, both your teams are in a transitional period, and it's very difficult to like make a selection. But yeah, man, like
We
as I
down bad,
said,
X. It's the down bad 11. There's not even the
yeah.
North. This is down bad 11.
No, don't
Yeah.
worry, Jits. These things happen to all teams. Look at Barca. I mean, they were celebrating a draw against
Those are
Granada.
problems.
Yeah, I mean, they were
Yeah, that
celebrating
club.
a draw against Granada, bro. And Sergio Aguero still hasn't even signed a deal because of them having such a crazy wage bill. So
Wait,
you
well,
see what I'm
let's talk this through quickly.
Yeah,
So you
quickly.
sell Suarez, buy Griezmann.
Yeah.
Suarez wins the league, then you give Griezmann back.
Back, yep.
Yeah.
You, in effect, couldn't
With
keep
money.
because you bought Griezmann in the first place,
Yeah.
bro. That's
And then you pay what, like 100 and what? 112 for Dembele, 110 for Coutinho,
Yeah.
what? 50 for Umtiti, 78 for Pjanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long down the list do we go? How much was De Jong? Like, what was he? 57? What was he?
I'm not too sure how much he was, but like
it's just
he's
bizarre.
just on
You know,
crazy
numbers are just
wages.
ridiculous. That's
Literally,
just-
Emerson Real, perfect example of Barcelona now. They bought him this season, sold him in the same window. Literally.
Like, listen to that.
I've
So
never heard of that shit in my life.
at least we're not your teams are not as like they're not like in dire need of change
No,
like Barca.
dead honest, I feel like we two players off being a team, like a decent team in the league. Like we need another centre back and a player that can play on the right of Harry Kane and Son. And I think that we've got a team that if they start playing together and you get the right manager, you got a balling team. Maybe you're not a team with depth, but a good starting 11. Legit.
I don't even think we're like that many players off. To me, just bring back Saliba, get rid of Arteta, and let's get to work. Like that's it. Like I'm fine with the squad. They're going to do something. It's not like Andre Santos back in the day, or Kolasinac like in the last season he had. It was just like, man, what are we doing here? We had Torreira, who was okay, but Torreira's like an Aston Villa level, like he's Douglas Luiz. Come off your bench, be a good CDM for an eighth place team.
Yeah.
But that's where we are now. So
I know, guys. Let's call it. Hey, guys. We're almost 50 minutes in. The aim was for me to keep it at 30, but you know us, we always go overboard. Yeah. So thank you, gents. This is the goalpost, and peace out.
Peace, man.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.